High frequencies, everyone. I want to talk to you all about dying, death, the ultimate transition from this reality. There's a point in our lives where we will transition. It's a celebration, bitches. A lot of people are looking at death as, oh my God, like it's the most horrible thing. And we get so attached to this reality when it's the most exciting thing. It's the very best, happiest thing that can happen to us as we get to ascend back home. And we've done whatever it is we were supposed to do, whatever it is we came for, we've done it, and we get to leave. But there are I want to give you all some things to think about. And I also want to give you all some pointers to possibly help you when you have a loved one transition. I was advised to read this book called Advice on Dying by the Dalai Lama. And this was, I think I started reading, I think Tafari told me to read this, but it may have been 2020, early 2020 or end of 2019, somewhere in there. But this was during my mother's transition when she was about to transition from this reality. And even though I don't even hold on to attachments, this book is excellent because it gives you a better understanding of death, but also practices that we have gotten so far away from, being that we immediately want to take people to the hospital and we want to have, these white coats and jackets and people who we don't know over our family members. And so being that this book gives us these practices, these ancient practices and these thought processes of what we need to do to make sure that our loved one is where they need to be in a comfortable, safe space based on their spiritual cultivation that they had in this reality. Don't try to impose your spiritual beliefs on them during their transition. Don't go around saying Ashe if you a Kemetic spiritualist or the universe or source of divinity, and they believe in Jesus and God. All right. Now those who are of a higher spiritual consciousness know that what all of that is anyway. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to be like, I'm not saying that. Oh, I don't believe in Jesus. I ain't going to church. Like, if you still there's a lot of work to do. Okay. Because at this point, you should know when people say, bless, I'm sending you blessings, or I'm praying for you, or Jesus loves you and all that kind of stuff. You know how to interpret that inwardly. Quit taking everything so damn personal. Like, don't let, the church be a trigger for you. Grow up. So anyway, know where your loved one is spiritually and meet them there to help them along their transition. So to give you my own scenario, as my mother transitioned with cancer, and we knew for years, she had cancer, but it was, it was progressing and it was getting worse, and she knew it, we knew it, everybody knew it. During those last days, I think it may have been the day before she transitioned or the day before that, I sat with her. And of course, if you've ever been with someone that's getting ready to transition, they're in and out of consciousness. And so I held her hand in mine, and I laid on the bed. She was laying down, and I turned the TV on something. I either turned it down or turned it on some soft music, something like that. Just really relaxing. You want to be where if you have a loved one in the hospital at home, please don't have the TV on just playing random things, because just like when you're sleeping, these random thoughts run through their heads. Okay, so please don't do that. They need to be as comfortable as possible. So I held her hand in mine. And then I was talking in my spirit language, what some may say speaking in tongues or whatever. So I spoke in my spirit language, and I connected with her spirit and her soul to help her during her transition, to help her from one reality, one realm to the next. Because and for me, it was a little bit It wasn't as challenging, I'll say, because I work in both realities, as you see from the Dream Channel. I work in the spirit realm, the astral plane, and I work in this reality. So I'm in and out. I'm back and forth, right? So it's easy for me to connect because I've connected with, previous ancestors and people who've transitioned before once, they move on to ascending and transitioning through the multiverse. So I made sure that I connected with her while she was still here, before she took her last breath. And I was the only person in the room the next day or the day after, whichever it was, when she took her last breath. So I was there. So I know, what I put into, holding her hand and making sure she was comforted through her transition really was very powerful, and it took place. Another thing, what we'll do, we're so caught up on attachments, and attachments really literally to people, that for selfish reasons we will pray or whatever it is, ask God, please keep them here longer, like make them heal their body. Sometimes these people don't want healing. When they get to a certain point and they're in pain, they're ready to go. These people, if people are on ventilators and they can't breathe, if they're having to be brought back to life, they don't want to be here no more. They're saying, I'm ready to go. All right? They're saying, I'm ready to go. Why would you try to impose on, you can say, their contract, their karma, their energy, their destiny, their choice based on your selfish attachment and reasons? And it has become acceptable for people to do that. Oh, y'all, please, pray that's my grandmama come back. Pray for my mama. Pray my mama, fights this and breathes on her own. Okay, if mama comes out of this and she fights and breathes on her own, is she still going to be in pain? Is she going to be able to care for herself? Will she want to be here in that state where people have to care for her daily, 24/7? I know I don't. You all are not really thinking at the overall perspective of the other person. You're only thinking about yourself. We are blessed to have people grace us with their presence in this reality for doesn't matter how long. I don't care if it's for 2 seconds. That's what we needed, and we're blessed to have that 2 seconds that we knew. Some people, mothers die on the table having them, and they only get that second when she pushed them out, and that's it. That's a blessing. Some of us are grown, old, got children, married, all of that, and we still boo-hooing, crying over mama, auntie, cousins that we done spent our whole life with, that we barely even talk to. But once they're getting ready to go, don't let them go, mama, don't let them. Like, stop. Spiritual maturity is when you let things go and you are not released, and you can release it and you're not attached to this realm. We are of this world. We are not of this world. We're in it. We are not of this world. Of this world is not just talking about the clothes and the shoes and the car we drive, baby. It's talking about the people too. It's talking about you too. It's talking about your body. When it's time to get up out of here, you don't need to be attached and make it hard for you to transition out of this reality. And we got to get over this whole hard grieving and people pray for how do you know they want to stay here? Are you really praying for them? Or are you praying against what their will is? Because a loved one could be on the bed ready to go, and they like, oh, they probably in peace and bliss and like, oh, I'm about to leave up out of here. Oh, I'm gonna get to go back home and whatever their belief system is. And family members around the bed, keep her here. Oh God, don't let them go. Oh Jesus, keep them here. Oh Lord, touch your body right now. And y'all doing all of that, and they in the bed trying, oh, I'm so ready to go. But why am I still here? I'm gonna go. I want to be out of here. I want this pain gone. I want to be. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And y'all all surrounded around the bed. Jesus, Jesus, touch him right now. The fuck? Stop. So, with that being said, that's why at first I wanted to give you, because some people may take this as harsh or no compassion or empathy. I'm telling you all this because I deal in both realities. I deal in multiple realms, first of all, and that's why I gave my disclaimer and told you about the fact that I've lost my mother too. I've lost a loved one, someone that was my soulmate. I've connected with them too. And I know the difference between this, what we call reality, and what's in our consciousness and our mind and other realms. All right. So people who are watching this channel, hopefully you are of a higher spiritual awareness where you understand this. So I highly suggest you read the book, the Dalai Lama's book, Advice on Dying. Is really good. It'll help you, even if you don't have anybody transitioning, it'll help you with your own. It'll help you when you transition, or you know, we don't know how, we don't know how the check cut out for us, right? We don't know when we get up out of here, so it'll help you. All right, so I'm the Black Fit Witch, y'all. Peace and high frequency.